we signed up for our cruise. We signed up for a Red Collection excursion to take us from St. Thomas to St. John's. We were looking forward to enjoying some time on the beach, snorkeling, and having a 3-course meal. But Norwegian canceled that excursion on us. After reviewing our options, we decided we were going to go for broke and just take a taxi to the beach.
Welcome to our channel, Tim and Kate's Excellent Adventures Cruise Edition.
Like I said, we booked an excursion. They canceled it on us. You know what the worst part about it is? We didn't want to believe they actually canceled it, so we took the notification with us down to the cruise ship desk, and we said, is this real?
They said, it's real.
Yeah. And they were gracious. They said, well, if you'd like, you can book one of our other excursions. So we took a look at what was there, and
we just decided we had heard some other things about what we could do while we were in St. Thomas, and we just decided we're going to be adventurous and take a taxi and go to Magen's beach.
And that's actually kind of an adventure in and of itself. We figured out how to navigate the taxi system that they have there at Charlotte Amalie Cruise Port. And we also figured out that we were going to have to go over switchbacks on the mountains. So
yeah, and I know that when we first, and this could be something like that you're thinking, when we first booked our cruise, we were like, we're going to do every excursion through the ship because we didn't want to be left behind.
You've seen the videos of those people running on the cruise ship dock after the ship. Hey, stop.
Yes.
And there's people videotaping it and posting it to TikTok and Instagram. And
we didn't want to be those people.
I enjoy those videos. I just don't want to be the subject.
No, I don't want to be the star. Not of that one.
Not of that
So video. We just knew we had a lot of time on Magen's beach or at St. Thomas. So we just knew that, okay, we're going to have to get our taxi back at a certain time and just give us a cushion of time.
Right.
And we even, like, when we got into the taxi, we even just made sure that once we arrived at Magen's Bay, we checked our watch and we knew when we got there and how long it took so that we could just make sure to give us enough time to get back.
Absolutely. And we did a pretty good job with that. When we got off the boat, we walked down the gangway. That's not a gangway. We walked down the cruise ship dock all the way to Charlotte Amalie, and we go through the security gates. And the first thing that you encounter is that one of the taxi stand workers is running a sound system and kind of getting everybody hyped up for their time on the island.
Yes.
Hey, where are you from? All right, Iowa, yeah, Wisconsin, yeah,
yes.
Long way from home. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, getting you kind of, like Tim said, just like ready to go and be in the Virgin Islands.
Absolutely, and I will say that was a pretty good time in and of itself. I almost feel like I could have just sat there and listened to him. But
yeah. Maybe if we had never been there before or something like that, hang out on the ship and just listen to the music.
Yeah.
And look at the view. I mean, it was beautiful.
It really
was. Having breakfast before getting off the ship, like just looking out the windows. That in itself was amazing to be like, wow, look at that. So
yeah,
we knew it was going to be beautiful.
The cool thing about the taxi stand there, they have a sandwich board that shows you where the taxis are going and how much it's going to cost. And we saw that going to Magen's Bay Beach was going to be $12 one way. So we were like, okay, we'll make sure we've got enough for the way back. And that was kind of nice. I will say that the taxi stand manager, he is basically trying to sort everybody into groups. Are you going to this beach? Are you going to that beach? You're going to downtown, whatever. Great. Stand over here, stand over there. He does also have a second job in trying to fill taxis before they leave. And he was trying to convince us to take an island tour.
Yes.
He goes, the island tour goes to Magen's Bay Beach too, and I'm just like, I don't.
But we didn't want to do that. So, but if that's something that you would like to do, there's definitely different options like that. If you wanted to sit more and like check out more of the island,
Absolutely,
it definitely was fun. And just note that $12 is per person.
Yes.
So $24 each way for us.
And I have to ask one question. When you think taxi, what are you envisioning?
Yes. Are you thinking like New York City yellow cabs, or where you live, you might have something very similar, but maybe it's red or a different color, green, something like that?
I can tell you that it's not a minivan like Cash Cab, and it's not like what I've seen on TV where it's a Ford Transit Connect van. It's not a Toyota Prius. No. They've basically taken the Midwest and dropped it into the Caribbean. They're heavy-duty dually pickup trucks, but the bed's been removed and replaced with what could best be described as the train car from the children's zoo, complete with the canopy. It has vinyl seats, and they are kind of slippery. And there's no seat belts.
No seat belts, and it's open air.
It's open air. And
you
there's
have
no
something
doors.
on top.
You do.
There was just very like little. The doors were like kind of like doors when you get on a
like that.
Yeah, they're tiny. So yeah, you just had your adventure was really starting once you got on there.
Yes.
Yeah, and they do pack you in. They kind of wait until they're full before they're gonna go. So just know that you could sit there for up to 10 minutes or so, depending, because there are other places you can go. So those taxis are gonna go to a different spot, and yours is gonna go to, say, Magen's Bay. Once it's full, then they go. But we did wait. Not too long, but a little bit, probably about 10 minutes.
No, the wait wasn't too bad.
No.
Where I got a little bit, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I didn't really do well because I was on the end of the bench next to the little tiny door, no seatbelt, and I was kind of white knuckling the ride. I don't do well in those situations, and it's not the driver's fault, and it's not the roadway's fault. The road and the driver are perfectly fine. It's just that I'm worried that I might fall out.
Right, and I was like, I had the camera all the time, so I was totally fine when I was able to be in that spot so that I could hang my hand out and get all the shots. But yeah, Tim is not a fan.
No.
So the rest of the rides that we had, you were on the inside, weren't you?
I was on the outside I was on the inside for the trip up, but I was on the outside for the trip back.
Oh, okay.
It didn't matter because I still felt like I was going to slide out. It was just not a pleasant experience at all.
But it was a great way to see St. Thomas as well,
it was.
like going to the beach. And how long would you say that ride was?
20 to 25 minutes tops.
Yeah.
It was a good time too.
Yeah.
You get to see a lot. You get to see both coasts of the island because you go over the mountain that makes the island.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing experience, and I would go back just to be on the top of the mountain, if I'm being honest.
Right. We loved St. Thomas. We loved Magen's Bay. We've talked like we would go back just to like fly there and spend time in St. Thomas. So we really enjoyed it. Now Magen's Bay is very popular.
Very.
So it is going to be full. So if you are looking for more of a secluded, that's not going to be it. They do, like when you arrive, there was a place where you could get some snacks, some food, some drinks. There is a place for restrooms, changing area, water, rinse stations.
The sand off your feet. Yeah.
Yeah. Then in that area, right where you get dropped off, it's super busy. We walked a ways because we could see, like in the distance, like, hey,
it's empty down
there. It's not as busy. There were still people, but not like went right at the spot that you get dropped off. So we just took we knew we had time. we just took the time, walked the beach, and found a great little spot that,
It
like
had
I
a
said,
picnic table.
yeah, we had a picnic table, and some trees.
Not that we needed them, it was
No,
overcast.
it was overcast the whole time. And we, like I said, we did have a few families and stuff around us, but nothing too crazy.
No. It was definitely secluded where we were.
Yeah.
And we ended up spending hours in the water.
Yes.
Acting like kids.
Yes. We really enjoyed it. It was not too harsh, like the waves and stuff. I mean, you did have bigger waves that would push you and stuff, but nothing where you felt unsafe.
No.
You could be closer to the beach, or you could go out. They had
they had
ropes.
A swim lane.
Yeah, they had and we watched someone doing laps. Yeah.
I don't know if we can put a piece of B-roll of what Magen's Bay Beach looks like, and then maybe have like a scale of some kind on it, but it's big. It's about a half-mile long.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
And they have a rope section that says swimmers only. And on the other side of that, they have an area for boats. But the ropes and the buoys were basically marking off where you could swim. And there were people swimming the length, and I am not that strong of a swimmer.
No, I just went out closer to that area and just floated.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it because I didn't want the water to be constantly in my face. So once I got out there, I kind of would just ride a wave and it didn't go over my head, where Tim enjoyed.
I basically got to surf.
Yeah, he really enjoyed
as much as I could without a board and with such small waves. But I let it carry me back to shore.
Yeah, and like Tim said, we really did just stay in the water. Like we were kids, we would often just be by ourselves. He would be out somewhere, I'd be out somewhere else. We could see each other, we'd wave, then we would kind of swim towards each other for a little bit, do a little chat, go on, do what we wanted to do. And then there were times where we did go and just sit on the beach and just kind of chill for a little bit, and then we'd be like, oh, I'm going to go back out. That day was the longest, I feel like, port.
Oh, definitely.
So we had a very long time to spend, which was amazing.
Yes.
Too. We were a little bummed that we didn't have snorkeling gear. We had ordered it kind of last minute, so it was our fault, but it was supposed to arrive one before, but then we had a little snowstorm, and so we didn't have it with us. But we definitely, if we ever did go back, we would want the snorkeling.
Oh, definitely.
It's lovely. The sand is lovely. The water is lovely. I don't need to wear any type of water shoe. I brought some, but I didn't need to. It's not rocky, it's sandy under the water. And there are restrooms here, so you don't have to worry about that. There's little changing areas as well. So yeah, if you're looking for more of a relaxing time, I would definitely check out this beach. And I would recommend bringing a water bottle with you, and just have it filled with water. So then you just have it in your beach bag, and you just have it ready to go when you are getting out of the water, because you are thirsty.
Yes. You wouldn't think that sitting in the water all day would make you thirsty, but it does.
It does.
After we were done playing in the water, we were like, I'm kind of hungry. So we went back to the little stands where they had food, and they had bars, and they had all of the umbrellas that we avoided, because those are extra costs, and well, we're not doing that if it's not the red collection.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I'm kidding.
We didn't say that at all, but we did just take the towels from Norwegian, the ship, and we just put them out on the beach. Now, we were very sandy because we did this,
Yes.
so if you don't like that, they do have chairs, and they do have umbrellas that you can rent, but you probably wouldn't want to drag those all the way down to where we ended up, and I don't even know if they allow that. They might just have you be where they have the chairs, because they're not going to want to go try to find them.
Right. Well, we made the trek back to the restroom stand and the food stands and everything like that. and we ordered pizza.
Yes.
And the pizza was about $7 a slice. But if you're from Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, Kansas, Missouri, the pizza will taste very familiar.
Yes.
I swear they had Casey's Pizza there.
It was very Casey's Pizza adjacent.
Yes. It tasted exactly like Casey's. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
A little taste of home here in the tropics.
Yeah. Right. So we enjoyed that, and that was like plenty to just have a little snack before we were heading back to the boat, because we knew we were going to have dinner and stuff there. Yeah. But it was nice to have that pizza. Absolutely. One thing I definitely recommend is that you have a swim cover-up. Tim had a t-shirt with his swim trunks. I had my swimming suit, and then I just had a cover-up, and that was perfect. Like, take that off, and then when you're in the water and stuff like that, and then I just was able to throw that back on. We kind of sat out for a little bit before heading back to like get that pizza. So then I just threw that on, and that was perfect. Didn't need to worry about having a lot of clothes to put back on, but then I felt like I wasn't just getting back in the taxi with like a wet swimsuit. We don't want that. And I felt like it says, it's a cover up. I felt covered up. And we will link that in our, I did order that off of Amazon, and I basically got a couple colors because I just really liked how easy and light it was. And then we also did wear some swim shoes as well. We weren't sure what it was going to be like. And that was really nice too. Just, they were nice to have on and nice to wear on the beach as well. Yeah. And it's not like there's fishing hooks on the beach, but you never know. Right. And there was a area where we walked to get back because we were like, oh, maybe we can like avoid the crowd. It was a little rocky. It was rocky. So actually having those shoes was really good. Absolutely. Yeah. So after we finished our pizza, we made our way back to the gate where we had gone in, and the taxi driver said, hey, looks like you're going back to Norwegian. I'm heading that way too. Why don't you get in the taxi? And we did. Then where they always drop you off, and I know this is definitely, they do this on purpose, but I liked it, is then you go through some little shops if you want to. You don't have to. You can just walk right by them. But we did, and got a few souvenirs, and like one Tim is wearing. And we really enjoyed that. We like to get some magnets. We always like to get Christmas ornaments. That's our favorite thing to do when we travel anywhere. So we found those, and then we got back onto the ship. We are getting back on the boat after St. Thomas. Magen's Bay. We got back on the ship, and we had a nice realization. We loved our time at Magen's Bay, even though we would consider this a consolation prize, right? We wanted to do the red collection excursion where we have a meal and we're snorkeling on a quiet beach instead of bouncing around in waves on a busy beach. Right. Which, again, we're in Nebraska. We don't have ocean here. We are like triple landlocked. So This was amazing. Our best advice is that you should just get off the boat and explore. But one little caveat. When you're in St. Thomas, you're in the United States of America. It may not seem like the Midwest, it may not seem like Texas, it may not seem like California, but it's United States territory. Yeah. Just like Guam or Puerto Rico. Yeah. And you have all the rights and privileges of being in the United States of America when you're in St. Thomas. I would also like to point out that the people who live there really care about the island. There are signs everywhere that says littering is a crime, and if they had those across the rest of the United States, I think we'd do pretty well. I enjoyed that a lot too. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so that you get notified every time we have a new video. Absolutely, and down in the description, like Kate said, we've got a link to some wraps and some beach shoes, as well as a link to Shore Excursion Essentials, basically a guide of the things you're going to need when you go on a cruise.
It's a link to a post on our blog, so go ahead and give that a click and check it out too.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Whee!